Hello and welcome. My name is Saleh, CEO of Icon Traders, and welcome to episode 19 of Rate My Trades. Last week we had two lists. We had the watch list and the go time list, which are both going to appear on the screen now. Now, in last week's list, we had EUR NZD, EUR USD, GBP AUD, CAD CHF, and USD CAD in our watch list. Now, since then, EUR NZD has been crossed off, no longer with us. We're not looking at that anymore. Now, we've also got the CAD CHF. Now, that was a buy. It is now, we're looking at it as a sell, but it's still in our watch list. Not just that, but USD CAD has moved over to our go time list. So that's really the changes that have happened to the original watch list of watch lists. Yeah, that's what's happened to our watch list. Other than that, we've also got USD MXN. Now that was on our go time list in last episode. It is now in our watch list. In last week's go time list, we had USD MXN, GBP NZD, natural gas, USD CHF, and CHF JPY. Now since then, USD CHF has been crossed off. We're no longer looking at it. The same with CHF JPY. Now these were bad trades. Not looking at them, not very interested in them. So that leaves us with GBP NZD and natural gas and USD CAD in our go time list. USD MXN has moved over to our watch list as we previously mentioned. And yeah, so just to run over that, last and not least, whatever, sorry, I'm really tired right now, but we're moving on nonetheless. So watch list, we've got EUR USD sell, CAD CHF sell, and USD MXN buy on the watch list. Go time list, we've got GBP AUD sell, USD MXN buy, and natural gas sell. So that's what we're currently looking at, but let us first start this episode with the trades that we're no longer looking at. Let's look at the trades that we're no longer looking at. So that starts with EUR NZD. Now, okay, EUR NZD, so no longer looking at it. Last episode it was up here, we were looking at it to buy, came below the cloud, so we're not looking at it. But because of the method, if you know the method, if you're part of the course, you will know, and you will know exactly how we avoided taking that financial L. USD CHF. Once again, yes, so here with this one came hit our stop loss, but if you are part of the trading course, you will know that there are definitely ways in which we avoided that financial L. If you'd like to learn those ways, then you know. CHF JPY. Okay, yeah, so once again, we saw it in this channel here, but it did break through to the top of the channel and enter the cloud on the week chart. No longer looking at it. Last but definitely not least, in fact, if anything, the best. So those are the three trades that we were looking at last week, which we're no longer looking at. Then we've also got GBP NZD. Now, with this trade here, what we can do is, yeah, what can I say? What can I say? This one went pretty well, as you can see. You know, hit the take profit nicely, and we're in the money. Happy days. But let's look at our watch list. So currently, first trade on the watch list is EUR USD. Yeah, get it right this time. So yeah, with this one now, this one I've been looking at this trade since I started, I believe, episode 1 of Rate My Trades. As you can see here, you know, there's not much I can say. Still nicely down on the week chart. If you move into the 4-hour chart as well, what are we going to see? Look at that. Okay, so nicely on the downside on the chart. The 50 moving average is on the top of our 200 moving average, but if you come into the 30-minute chart, you see, look, it's happy days, isn't it? Conversion line is below the baseline, 50 below the 200 moving averages, candlesticks below the cloud. This is what we like to see. Let's keep it moving. I need to go to sleep. CAD CHF week chart for 1 week. Now what do we see here? What do we see here? Okay, so now as you can see, this we were previously looking at it as a buy. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not too sure. I believe it may be a sell. However, certain parameters have to be hit first. So 30-minute chart right now, as you can see, we've been playing around in this region for quite some time. You could say that there's even a channel right here. So with this one, what I would be looking to see would be a nice breakdown to the downside of 0.744. If you see a nice breakdown to the downside of 0.744, then looking at our week chart, you can see that we'll most probably get a nice fall down to the downside of our triangle pattern here, which will probably take us to 0.735. Other than that, we're currently on the top side of the cloud on the 30-minute chart. So 4-hour chart, what does that show us? You see, it's not very volatile. You could potentially even put in a smaller triangle trend here, just to, you know, keep your eyes on things. I don't know why that is happening, but okay, amazing. So yeah, we're gonna keep this one in, and basically that's why it's on the watch list. Just gotta keep watching until something exciting happens. Let's keep it moving at this point. USD MXN. Now with this one, I know what we're looking for. So with this one, although it was, so last episode it wasn't the go time list, and that is because, well, last episode was quite some time ago, almost a month. Wow. But yeah, so we were here last episode, went up to here. Now if you come into the 30-minute chart as well, don't know how far back it's going to let us zoom out, but yes, okay, amazing. This is exactly what we wanted to, oh, stop, there we go. Yeah, so yeah, with this trade as well, once again, as soon as we saw the nice clear drop to the downside of the cloud and 50 moving average cross to the downside of the 200 moving average, I've been screaming this for ages, guys. If you've been watching this, you know, please take notes, because I'm teaching you very valuable lessons to make money. So yeah, this one, once again though, although it did fall quite low in our regression trend, if you look at our regression trend on the week chart, you'll see, yes, here we are. So what we can do here is we can get rid of these parameters, and right now it's on our watch list. We're just waiting to see if it does cross nicely. Look, this is the 30-minute chart right now, so look at the 2-hour chart as well and see. Yeah, so once we get to a nice, you know, around 19 on the top side of our cloud on the 2-hour chart, that's when this one's going to start getting a bit interesting. But until then, what we're going to do is just place an alert so that I will get a message on my phone when it does get here. I'm going to just put in buy this now, see guy, there you go, amazing. 1 week chart. Okay, now those are all the trades that we're looking at on our watch list. Now let's move over to our go time trades and see what is happening there. So now we've got GBP AUD. Now with this one, we have been looking at GBP AUD for quite some time. Once again, if you see the previous episodes, you'll know that I know this, I say this, I do this. Come on guys, if you're not taking this advice, then, you know, like, just shoot yourself in the foot. Right now, so 1 week chart, we've got the 1 week chart of what are we looking at? Yeah, so as you can see, we've got this regression trend in, falling. It's pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Like, I'm explaining stuff. I don't know if it's because I've been trading for a while, but like, I see the chart and I just see it. 4-hour chart, let's see what we see on the 4-hour chart. We don't even need to look at the bloody 4-hour chart. Look, it went, look, okay. Boing, 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 boing. What's it gonna bounce next? Where? Precisely, okay, so now for this one, you can have a nice take profit of around 1.856, I would say, and that would comfortably give you some dollars in your pocket. Now let's move on to the next trade. USD CAD. Okay, now this one, once again, I believe earlier we were looking at this as a buy to take a nice take profit of around 1.36. Now, since then, because I remember we were looking at to buy this around here, fell down to the downside of our aggression trend. However, look, let's zoom out and look at the week chart. Boing, 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 boing. In fact, let's even draw some lines. You know, let's make it a bit. Let's see what we can do. Oh wait, you can't see my thing, can you? Boing, 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 boing. So next, boing, 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 boing. Yes, yes. Can you see? Beautiful. It's fallen to the bottom side of our what's it called, regression trend, and even if we are to see a fall any further than I would say 1.30889, what we do is we cut our losses, and then there's a certain trick. What you do is you look at the distance. Yeah, so what you do is you look at the distance between half of the regression trend. So here we've got 380 pips. Then what you would do is you come down below the regression trend, down below, down below, down below, yeah, 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 down below, yeah, yeah. Okay, so 380 pips, now that's 380 pips below. So here, what we do is, if it was to fall to the downside of this regression trend, then what you cut your losses and then you sell again till around here. Now, do you know what's funny? This 380 pip distance has taken us very close to this previous price level that I put in God knows when. So, like, I know this, I say this, I do this, yes, like, come on, literally. So for this one, you could comfortably put your take profit around, just to be safe, because it's better safe than sorry, you'll put your take profit around 1.28000, and you would make your money, and then thank me. Send me a nice, like, a really nice message. That's what I'd like. You know, hi Saleh, I really appreciate what you're doing, I appreciate your help, yeah? Just so I know that, you know, some people are listening and taking this stuff on board. Natural gas, NTGUSD. Okay, yeah, so once again, it's like, I can do the talking or I could just show you. I could just show you. So we're gonna zoom out and then I'm gonna show you. It's like this one, yeah, this one, yeah. Do I really need to talk? Do I really need to talk? Like, fucking hell, what's going on? Okay, so yeah, with this one now, let's do some more painting. See what I'm going with the painting. Okay, boing, 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 boing. You see that? Okay, obviously, probably to around 1.8. That's what I'm thinking. 1.8. This is like, it's really been down to 1.6 before. It wouldn't be absurd for it to come down to 1.3, because really and truly that's within the parameters of the regression trend. Look at this, people. Look, like, look, come on. Can you not? It's right there in front of you. Let's go into the 4-hour chart. See what that thing's saying. Yeah, we even have another little regression trend right here. Oh, bloody hell, mate, still doing the drawing. Let us move that over to this, and yeah. So nicely still down below on the cloud 50 moving average, below the 200 moving average. Bish bash bosh, don't know what the fuck this is doing here. Yeah, that can go away. And yeah, like, what can I fucking say, mate? Excuse the language, so I'm very sorry about that. Sell natural gas. Now, I've shown you the trades. You've got the 3 on the watch list, 3 on the go time. Sell natural gas now, brother. Listen to me. Now, what you still doing watching this video, I'm tired. It's 3:21 in the morning. Good night. Go be great.